there, I'm Kim McCaskey and I'm coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some basics, some basic techniques, maybe a refresher for some of you, or maybe some new information for others. First thing I want to talk about is rotary cutting. Rotary cutting is the very first step, obviously, in our piecing or our quilting process. And there are some really fabulous tools that have come along. Rotary cutter, of course, which is this particular one is made by Olfa, and it is a 45mm blade size. It's about the most common blade size for rotary cutting cotton fabric. Of course, you're going to need a ruler to make your straight cuts, your straight lines. And this one put out by OmniGrid is one of the most accurate rulers that have been made. The lines are stamped on the back side of the ruler, which means if you put anything on the top of your ruler, it may cause some scratching and so on, and the paint doesn't come off. It's printed to within a millimeter of a fraction of accurateness, and it's really the best ruler on the market. The other one is an Olfa cutting mat. It is a self-healing mat. Now, some people say that it's reversible, which it is. There isn't really a right side and a wrong side. There's two sides. One side is printed with 1-inch grid lines, and the other side is blank, completely blank. And it really is the blank side that you should be using to do your cutting, because you're going to use your ruler for your measurement. Only one source of measurement is the best and most accurate. So let's get started with some rotary cutting. First thing you're going to do is take a piece of fabric, and anything more than about a ½ meter, if you've purchased 12 meters of fabric, you really only need to worry about a ½ meter at a time. What you need to do first of all is press out that crease, that bolt fold line or crease line. Otherwise your fabric will just want to fold to that crease line, and it may not be accurate. You want to hold your fabric so that the selvage edges are pointing up and your index finger is in between those two layers. And what you're going to be doing is sliding your fabric from one side to the other until that bottom fold is straight, that there's no wrinkles in it. So if I was to pull it way over here to exaggerate it, you see how that bottom is just not straight at all. So I'm just going to shift one layer until that bottom has nothing to do with the edges, the way it was cut off the bolt. It's the straight fold at the bottom that you're trying to line this up with. Then I'm going to put it onto my cutting mat with the first fold at the very top. Then I'm going to fold this selvage edge up to but not past that first fold. And I'm trying to get this so that these two folds are parallel. Now, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and I can say that I still need a ruler to make sure that that's accurate. So I put my ruler on top of the fabric with not the very top edge of the ruler, but one of those lines. I like to use the ½ line so that I can see the fabric in between. I can follow that fold along there. And now I'm going to bring my eyes down to the bottom here, and oh my goodness, look at that. It's almost perfect. As long as this second fold is lined up at the same point across this ruler, it's going to be straight or parallel. It's when that line at the bottom is not straight, so I'll just exaggerate this a little bit. If I put my ½ mark across the top here, bring my eyes down to the bottom of the ruler, and you can see here it's very close to a ½ inch, and it's sort of going up. That I'm not going to get a straight cut there. If I did cut that, I will get a sort of a zigzag strip, and that's what we don't want. So having a parallel fold in your fabric is key. So I'm going to line up the ruler, bring my eyes down to the bottom, and now I'm going to position the fingertips of my left hand. I'm right-handed. I'm going to be cutting with my right hand. The fingertips of my left hand are holding that ruler in place, and I even like to put my baby finger just off the edge of the ruler to hold it stable. I'm going to start cutting. Now, I'm going to hold my rotary cutter at a 45-degree angle to the table or to the cutting mat. So it's not high up like this and my wrist is not way down like that, but a 45-degree angle. and I'm going to cut. I'm going to start cutting on the mat and I'm going to end on the mat. Always cut away from you. Close your blade. That's most important. And making sure that I can get through all 4 layers of fabric. That way I know I've got a clean cut and I've got a fresh cut. And now I can make, I need to turn my work surface around to the other side in order to make some strip cuts. So if I was going to make a 2-inch strip, I would lay the 2-inch line of my ruler along that fresh cut. And again, I would line up that top fold and the bottom fold. So I've got 3 places for accuracy to line up to my ruler. Fingertips down, baby finger just off the edge, and I'm going to cut straight through, making sure that I've gotten through all 4 layers, and now I've got a perfectly straight strip. It's not zigzaggy at all. It's perfectly straight and accurate.